We're here at the Joe Louis Arena in Detroit, Michigan. Hello, I'm Jim Houston with Craig Simpson. We're getting set for what promises to be another epic Stanley Cup battle. Moments away, it's Game 5 between the Detroit Red Wings and the Florida Panthers. Detroit can pull ahead in this series with a win here at home.
Well, these are the games they have to win if they want to make a run in the postseason. It's all about grit and determination.
It's certainly not going to get any easier fighting from behind. All right, now it's time for the opening face-off for today's game. The face-off goes to the Panthers. They bring it over the line. And it's passed up to Thomas. Now quickly out into the neutral zone and through center. Behind the net, looking for someone to pass to. Passed ahead to Weiss. Now he moves it out. He gains the blue line on the attack. Behind the net, over to Lidstrom. Now a pass up to Shanahan. He's in over the blue line on the attack. To Roberts. Intercepted to Pavel Datsyuk, and it's carried to center. It's 2-on-1. Shanahan, Luongo makes the big glove save. Behind the net. Passed over to Ruchinski. To Nieuwendyk. The Red Wings take possession of the puck. We're scoreless in the first. Here's Brendan Shanahan, who's got one shot on... Oop! Shot! Hawk from behind the net. Pass up to Huselius. Now he moves the puck into the attacking zone. And he covers up. This guy's ready to break out. You can see it in his game.
I agree with you on this one, Jim. I love his play. He could be a year away from becoming an elite talent.
The faceoff goes to the Red Wings. They gain the blue line on the attack. And it's passed up to Huselius. Now it's into the attacking zone. Deadmarsh. The shots are 2-1 for Detroit. No goals midway through the first. To Huselius. Legacy made the gigantic save. Dave Lewis has had some big shoes to fill in Detroit.
Well, Jim, it takes a lot to follow in the footsteps of the winningest coach in NHL history. But Lewis has held his own. He led the Wings to the President's Trophy in 2003-2004 campaign.
One-timer grabbed by Hill to Jokinen. And he brings the puck over the line. One-time shot. Legacy turned the shot away. Puck taken by Datsyuk. He carries the puck to center. They're over the line and on the attack. In the corner. And he hangs on for a faceoff. Perhaps because it was a backhand, he couldn't get enough strength on it, and that allowed the blocker's save. They're getting ready for the faceoff. Nederost won the draw. He'll just move the puck into the neutral zone. Slap shot! Blocked in front of the net. To Mike Van Ryn. Here come the Red Wings quickly out of their own zone. They carry it in. He scores, and it's 1-0.
Draper is such a good defensive forward that sometimes you forget about his ability to score. If you leave him unguarded and untouched, he'll make you pay.
Face-off won by Lindros. Here's Maltby, looking for his first shot on net. Shoots the puck from the left. Trinka, Hawk. Shots are 5-5. We're late in the first period with the score 1-0 for Detroit.
One-timer! Great anticipation, and keeps his team up by 1.
Fires it! The puck's grabbed by the Red Wings. Luongo made the huge save. He passes it to Huselius. Shoots it! Saved by Legacy. Here's a player who's one of the best face-off men in the league. If you need a draw late in the game, there's nobody better than Joe Nieuwendyk.
Well, Jim, I can't help but think Joel Otto really helped him out back in Calgary. Otto would...
Oh, shot! That's blocked by the defender. Out comes Robert Lang. And he's over the blue line on the attack. Lindros with a one-timer. Hill takes possession of the puck. Under 2 minutes to go in this first period. Legacy hangs on for the whistle. Legacy blanked the shooter that time.
The advantage of a one-timer is its speed. He was able to follow the puck and make the save.
The puck is about to be dropped. The faceoff goes to Florida. Saved by Legacy. Nieuwendyk gets hold of the puck. He stopped it again. Deadmarsh got it. And time winds down as the first period comes to an end with the score 1-0. Florida played a fairly even first, but gave up a late goal and find themselves trailing 1-0 to open the second.
And Jim, you never want to give up a late one, but they can reverse the tide with a quick start here.
He's only got one to beat. To Pavel Datsyuk. Fires it from the left. Hill. Luongo makes the brilliant save. Datsyuk. Lindros. One-timer. Blocked. Quick up to Jokinen. Over center ice. Here comes Roberts. One-timer! Another shot! It's taken by Shanahan. Lindros. Now it's passed to Lang. Here comes Lang. Luongo. Walker save. Florida trails by 1 here early in the second. One-timed it! Here's Robert Lang, who's managed only 1 shot on net so far tonight. Here he comes on goal.
And he did well to keep his team within 1.
Passed ahead. Oop, post! Woolley. Now he carries it to center. Shoots! Pretty nice glove save by Luongo. The Panthers have possession and start out of their own zone. They're in over the blue line on the attack. Goes behind his net. Intercepted! The door is shut by Legacy. Here's Thomas Holmstrom. Into the slot. Luongo makes an amazing save. To Huselius, and he's over the line, in on the attack. Shot the puck from the right. Intercepted. There's a quick shot. Door slammed shut by Legacy. The Red Wings will move the puck up ice. Luongo made the great glove save. Detroit is playing a very disciplined game tonight.
Yeah, they're staying out of the box, and that's a key. You don't always give up goals on the penalty kill, but it takes a lot out of it.
To Shanahan. Turned over. One-timer. He scores for a 2-goal lead halfway through the second.
Regardless of his past injury problems, Lindros is still able to physically intimidate and impose his will at the offensive end of the ice. He's still a great combination of brute strength and skill.
Down by 2 goals, how do you stay positive?
You break it down. 1 goal this period, 1 in the third. All of a sudden, it doesn't seem so bad.
Here comes Lang.
Assisted by number 13.
The shots on goal are 14-13 for Florida. To Hagman. Now he's over the blue line on the attack. To Van Ryn. One time! That's blocked and didn't get through. Here's Mike Van Ryn. One-timed it. He scores! And now he's got a pair.
Labeling Chris Draper a grinder or a checker is a bit of an insult. Let's not forget he chipped in with 24 goals in the 2003-2004 season.
And the faceoff is won by Newenda. Here comes Roberts. One-time shot. Blocked. He'll go at him one-on-one. One-timed it. He blocked it. That's a great play. To Jokinen. It's 3-0 here late in the second period for Detroit. Lindros. The shots are 17-15 for Florida. Over to Lang. Front of the net. Luongo made the tremendous save. Here's Brendan Shanahan. A one-on-one battle. Picked off, pass up to Huselius. Now he takes it into the neutral zone. Here comes Huselius. He had his pocket picked. The Red Wings will move the puck up ice.
1 minute left.
To Paveldatsyuk. One-timed it to Huselius. Now he gains the blue line into the attacking zone. One-timed it. Hit the man in front of the net. And that wraps up the period. It's 3-0 after 40 minutes of play as we head into the break. Florida is behind 3-0 as this third period begins. The ref is ready to drop the puck. The faceoff goes to the Red Wings. Here's Paveldatsyuk. Shot blocked in front of the net, passed ahead to Roberts. Here's New. Oh, there's a shot. Legacy stacked him up. To Lang, and he moves it into the attacking zone. One-timed it. That's blocked by the defender. Shoots it quickly. Legacy makes the save. Lindros. Florida down by 3 here early in the third period. To Yzerman. Oh, he hit the post from behind the net. The shots are 20-20. They're over the blue line and on the attack. Shoots! Saved by Legacy. One-timer right on. Pass up to Huselius. Now he's into the attacking zone. In front. Shoots the puck from in front. Pass up to Holmstrom. Woolley with a one-timer. That's blocked and didn't get through. Here's Nick Lidstrom. He passes the puck to Holmstrom. One-timer. He scores. It is a huge lead in the middle of the third.
Holmstrom is a better offensive player than people give him credit for. And he's always going to be able to put up numbers because he loves to go hard to the net.
You know, Craig, I think if I played for them, I could have scored a couple of goals tonight.
Well, you probably could, Jim.
Scored by
I've seen
number
your play.
96, Thomas Holmstrom, assisted by number 23, Matthew Schneider.
He gave the puck away. Here's Gary Roberts. Lots of shots, but no results so far. To Jokinen. Shot from deep in the slot. Here's Paveldatsyuk, who's been all around the net but can't seem to score. Shots on goal are now 23-23. Here's Gary Roberts. He's been the hottest. Ooh, quick shot. Right in front. Another stop. It's gobbled up by Lidstrom. Here's Maltby to Schneider. Florida trails by 4 midway through the third. Lindros. Mowers. One-timer. Out comes Nicholas Hagman. And he's over the line and on the attack. And he covers up for the face-off. Legacy is a phenomenal talent. He makes saves he has no business making.
Ask any shooter in the league and they'll tell you, he's one of the toughest to beat night in and night out.
Face-off won by Nieuwendyk. Detroit takes possession. Passed ahead to Lang. Here come the Red Wings quickly out of their own zone. He's in alone! Luongo turned the shot away. Intercepted. Passed over to Lang. Now it's passed to Zetterberg. Luongo hangs on for the whistle. There aren't many guys who can skate as fast as this guy.
Yeah, he really does have an amazing set of wheels. The crowd gets excited every time he touches the puck.
And the faceoff is won by Yzerman. One time! Luongo turned the shot aside. Into the slot, and another shot. Blocked. Outstart the Panthers. They gain the blue line on the attack. Gets away a hard shot. Quick up to Yzerman. Now he takes it to center. Down to the final 2 minutes of this third period. Luongo made the huge save. Under a minute to go in the third. He intercepts the pass. He passes it to Holmstrom. One-times it. Turned aside by Luongo to Horton. Healy, backhand shot to Pavel Datsyuk. Now he moves it out to Yzerman, and he moves it into the attacking zone. One-timer, he scores! That makes it 5-0.
When the goalie has to come across his crease like that, all the shooter has to do is get the puck on goal quickly.
They're getting ready for the face-off. Face-off won by Nieuwendyk. Nieuwendyk jumps on the loose puck. Oh, he gets nailed by a hip check to Thomas. Now rink wide to Shanahan. To Datsyuk. Shot the puck. Roberts to Rachinski. Less than 10 seconds to go in the third. Here's a chance. Legacy with a glove save. Detroit has picked this defense apart tonight.
They've used crisp, quick passes to exploit holes in coverage. Made the most of their chances. That's been the difference offensively.
It's all over. Florida lost this game and trails the series by 1.
Number 34, Manny Legacy. Tonight's second star for Detroit, number 20, Robert Long. And tonight's first star, Detroit, number 33, Chris Draper.
From Detroit, Michigan, and for EA Sports, I'm Jim Houston.
And I'm Craig Simpson. Have a great one.